afternoon. Today we're going to be talking about one of the funniest...
You broke!
What time are they watching this at?
Marvel movies of all time. The Deadpool movies. 1 and 2. But before we begin that, we're going to introduce ourselves.
Good afternoon.
I-
It's 4 in the morning.
And MussKeg. And to my left... Yes.
Fuck that thing.
How? I am Lewis of the Lightning.
Tatanka! Okay, and to my...
Watch out! Watch out!
That's probably offensive.
Watch out!
I just want to use these tomahawks.
I mean, yeah, that's pretty offensive to the native tribes.
Like John's use of a...
I'm CountryBoy. Hi.
Alright. So, Deadpool 2 came out, what? How long ago?
Came out just a few weeks ago, but
No, I got this, I know. I'm giving you some time.
yeah, you can talk a little bit what we're gonna be doing.
Deadpool
What do you guys want?
was starring the greatest Canadian of all time
First round.
Of all time.
in acting, Ryan Reynolds. Has amazing abs. He played
Oh man, his abs are
Van
to
Wilder,
die for.
which is the most important character ever. And before we start talking about any Deadpool stuff, we
Most
usually shut a
important-
butter ripple schnapps.
Most
because
important
we're
part
men.
of the show.
We're men.
We're
and
men
drink
and we
manly
like
shots.
the most
Manly
delicious
shots.
drinks known to man. Alright guys. Oh yeah, you can drink it off your
I'm
fucking
gonna try and do it. I'm
Like,
gonna try and do it.
nah, fuck it. No, this is gonna be that bad.
Mm-mm. Oh, butter ripple mixed with garlic. Oh, that's good. That was great. There was garlic vodka, still a little bit hint of that in there. Whoo, it's great with butter ripple, I tell you what.
Well, let's just say this. Deadpool's abilities will allow him to withstand that shot, right? We all agree.
Oh, he would, yeah.
He would still taste
I
it,
guess
though.
so. He would taste it.
Yeah.
But he would have just, he would have healed from it so soon.
Okay, this is going to be an interesting topic because we're talking about a very prominent movie that just came out versus one that came out a while ago.
Yeah,
they were
plus
both
it's
very popular,
original,
both
yeah.
very hilarious, original.
Yeah.
I think maybe we start off with talking about the character and Ryan Reynolds playing the character.
And how he nails the character, right?
Exactly. I mean, that's basically the
Straight from
start.
comic book to movie, he was the perfect casting.
I just always remember when I was in university, there was rumors of Ryan Reynolds really wanting to play Wade Wilson in Deadpool, and there was always rumors of a movie coming.
And then X-Men Origins Wolverine came out, and you
just
were
destroyed
so
it.
happy.
Best version
Well,
of
actually,
Deadpool.
I gotta
right?
even say, at the start of the movie, I was still happy. I'm like,
He was
wow.
I was too.
He's like doing the...
Which he totally mimics in Deadpool
Yeah, I
2.
know,
I was
I
like,
know,
that's awesome. I love the callback. That was a good callback.
But still, we all gotta agree, even at that, the way they destroyed him at the later parts of that movie, they started out so well as
Yeah,
a character.
Yeah.
It did, yeah.
And then they killed him.
And I was back then. What the hell? You have
Is that
ghosts.
your phone or mine? That
Hey,
is.
Studervins, the well Jonathan on.
What?
So,
Anyways, honestly, like when I first saw that movie, like I was forgiving. I was like, you know, whatever. Maybe that's their take on Deadpool. That's not too bad. I know it's kind of stupid they sewed his mouth shut because he's the merc with a mouth. But I was like, whatever. I'll accept it. But then when you go about what Deadpool really is, they totally butchered the character.
But thankfully,
totally
and I don't want to, that's one thing I don't want to do. I don't want to dwell on how
True,
bad they
yeah,
butchered it.
yeah.
Thankfully, Ryan Reynolds really wanted to play this character so bad that he was even willing to move past that and just push. The first Deadpool movie was a low-budget action flick.
and he funded a lot of that.
Fought to get that thing done.
Yeah.
Like they leaked the footage from like that
to
video that
get the public...
exactly. It's
Yeah.
like, and people wanted to see this movie after that.
And let's
right?
face it, it was the most unique superhero movie that's ever come out, in my opinion.
Pretty much, because it is so R-rated.
The highest grossing R-rated movie
Fourth wall breaking
of all time?
Yeah, it's close to. There's another one.
Terminator 2 movie or
That
something?
is
or?
no, not Terminator. I forget what the other
Okay,
one is.
anyway.
It's like number 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
What were your guys' first thoughts when you saw the first Deadpool?
Oh, I was blown away. Like
It was great.
Just right from the intro, like the credits, and how it was like all the intro credits just ridiculous, made by some asshole, and then directed by some guy who's a real hero. Like, it didn't actually have the names. It was
Yeah.
It started off with such a good bang.
Yeah.
And then like the action was great. They didn't need to do a whole lot of CGI, which was good because the budget was so low.
Yeah.
And it was a great movie because it was original. It wasn't like the others.
It was, and it was what
Marvel
Ryan
movies.
Reynolds and the world thought Deadpool was supposed to be.
Exactly.
So, and the reality of it is, Deadpool 2 is a bit more fresh in our memories. What are some of your guys' favorite parts, though, of the first Deadpool before we move on? You know, I'll start off, okay? And it's one of the most prominent portions of the game, was the bridge sequence.
Yeah,
Where he calls out all the shots he has.
Yeah.
And,
Oh, you're talking about that? Okay.
all the bullets, they all had numbers on them.
They all had numbers on them,
Yeah.
and he's going through, and the slow motion. It was almost like they went old school. They brought a Matrix callback.
Will Ferrell.
No, Matrix callback. That's what I mean to say. And Matrix is old school, I guess, now.
It
With
is.
the whole movements and everything like that through the sequence. What about you?
I was when you said bridge scene, I was like, oh, I fucking took what I was gonna say. Just I like how in the beginning, like you were talking about the credits rolling, and you see how they're in that car, and it's like stop motion, like everything's stopped, frozen in time, and you see like the cigarette lighter floating around,
And the music,
you see you guys pants, and the
the music in the background, that was like the softest music you could think of, right?
But then that came back, and that scene, because then you got to see that all play out. Like, why was there a lighter there? And he burns the guy.
Exactly.
Against the,
it all happened in real time later on, right?
That was
so
a nice
you see
surprise.
the whole sequence. That was a really excellently well choreographed sequence.
And it was something that we got to see in that leaked test footage. Although it was different, because the leaked test footage had some stuff different, which actually I like part of it.
There was there was some things in the leak that was I wish they would have kept in there, but whatever.
But yeah, this was great. Still,
no, it surprised everybody. I think this was a movie that came out of left field, and they were like, "Holy shit, this movie!
We
want more of
this."
Knocked
Out of the park because Ryan Reynolds was born to play this role.
Exactly, this is his role.
What about you? What was your favorite moment or sequence?
Like I really appreciated the bridge sequence, like you said. Honestly, it's probably my favorite part. Is again like the counting down of the bullets, and like even when he goes into that car and then he does that, like, destroys everybody in the vehicle. Like this just one of the funniest moments I'll say is when he had his hand chopped off and it's growing as a little fetus hand, and he's like, I bet it feels huge in this hand. He's talking like. Just the little quips,
the R-ratedness,
There's so many good ones.
Yeah,
I like when Colossus shows up. It's a little thing, but he just keeps
cuts
attacking.
his hand off, and he cuts his hand off.
Well, he punches him in the crotch,
breaks
his hand, then
kicks
kicks like breaking
breaks his
everything.
leg. He's like, ah.
I mean, an underrated portion. TJ.
I was gonna ask you guys what TJ Miller. What you thought?
Miller.
I like him in
He's
it.
fantastic. He's great.
He's got a lot of.
I know there's a lot of controversy
Got a lot of
around him
personal
now.
stuff going on, but
I liked him in that role.
But yeah, no, TJ Miller is.
He came up with the
pretty
name,
hilarious.
the Deadpool.
Yeah, the Deadpool.
Wow.
Yeah, and I know that's probably not from the comics.
Yeah.
But anyways, no, TJ Miller is pretty hilarious and how he describes
one-liners,
like a topographical map of
Utah.
Exactly.
I'll say one other thing.
And Gupinder.
Gopinder, yeah.
I also liked when he gets was it a sword? Or he gets like hammer something through his head, and then he starts like tripping out in the cartoon characters. That was just so weird to see.
No, exactly.
But that was good. I was going there because the one bad thing I can say about the original Deadpool, the villain was just
lacking
so unmemorable.
Yeah, he is pretty. That's
even
one of the weaknesses for a lot of like Marvel or even like a lot of superhero movies is the bad guys just don't stand up
even
to what they should be, right?
That female villain movie, I think she probably stood out more than he did.
So with that in mind, I wanted to point out one point.
Also, I like the Mayim Bialik is his wife, his girlfriend.
She was great
in
all of them. Yeah.
Love her. I like Teenage Warhead.
One thing I thought was great about the movie was the ballsiness they had to, at the end of it, in the end credits, we're gonna get Cable.
Yeah.
And then
they said it
transitioning to Deadpool 2.
Well, should we maybe review the first one though? That's what I'm wondering.
Well, okay, yeah, we can start there. What did you guys? Do you want to give a number for it? Is that what you're asking?
That's what we do for our other shows, right?
Okay.
So sorry, I didn't put you on the spot.
No, that's fine.
If you you guys looking at me? I'm just kind of sitting here thinking, like, man,
you're the comic book fan.
I don't know if I could put a number to it after our last show.
I have such a hard time with these rankings because I forget what I put all my other shows to.
Yeah.
Deadpool 2, I would give a 9.0.
What? Deadpool 1.
Deadpool 1, I would get a 9.1.
Oh, really?
Out of 10.
That high.
It was so original. And he's probably one of my favorite characters, Marvel. So
Okay.
9.0.
I don't know if I'm in the right mind frame at the moment to give a good fucking number. I liked it a lot, and it's highly like I'm gonna want it high. I'm gonna say like probably like 8.5. I'll put it there.
I'm in the same vein right now. Like, I do really love the movie, and I've been talking it up a lot, but there are still other like Marvel property movies that I would still rank above it. I'll put it in the lower 8s, like 8. I'll say 8.2.
I haven't watched it.
I want to put a
recently,
caveat too. I give it that high of a ranking because of also the budget that it was under.
No,
For
it does everything really well, but it also does some things kind of subpar,
Okay.
like the villain. But it's
So we're
great
doing a
movie.
little bit different this time too, because usually when we review a movie, we just do it as one.
Yeah.
We wanted to talk about Deadpool 2 because
Slice.
just
recent.
we wanted to. It's more recent and
out.
probably going to spend a bit more time talking about it. So,
Yeah.
Start off. What did everybody think of it?
Loved it. It was again, like they took what they did in the first movie and they repeated it, and they didn't repeat too much of the same humor. Like, you had your Wolverine references and your Hugh Jackman, and but they did it so well that it's like it wasn't like repeating itself so much.
No.
Like it was well done. It was hilarious.
I didn't like that they killed off his wife. It's like that's where they're gonna
Spoiler!
You want spoilers? This whole episode.
I know.
Any review you do is
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I thought that was a little bit. You could see it coming,
Cheesy
and
stuff,
I was.
wasn't it?
I was.
But I
We're gonna have a baby.
because I really liked her.
blah, blah, blah. Yeah, she
And I'm gonna say the opposite. I loved that they killed her off because of the emotion he showed once it
and
happened.
it took away his tie. Like
I loved how he was so enraged
And then-
just so willing to like, just murder, and like I know he could have killed himself too, but he can't really kill himself.
But in the end, like the post credits, then I'm wondering like, is any of that legit? Is that canon? Does that happen?
Is she back to life? Yeah, exactly.
Because I love her as an actress. I don't
I
want
want
to see her
Peter to
gone.
still be alive. I hope Peter's still alive.
Peter, yeah.
That's what I want to still be alive.
I don't like Shatterstar as
Rob
a comic
Delaney.
character or anything. He can be dead, but
yeah.
I want to ask, did it remind either of you, because I was just thinking about it now, did it remind either of you of the Guardians of the Galaxy movies and that it managed,
Just that they had to
the
repeat
concept
the same
that
beats.
they managed to make the same thing and it was good the second time around. Guardians of the Galaxy, comedy movies, especially comedy superhero movies, it's a repeat. Like Deadpool 2 was a repeat of Deadpool 1.
And
Guardians of the Galaxy was a repeat. With
pretty
just
much.
some-
And one thing that they do actually have in common too is like the soundtracks.
Yeah.
They have these really great soundtracks, like these older school songs, newer songs, a big mixture.
I would say no because I didn't really like Guardians of the Galaxy as a follow-up to Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Yeah.
It's a follow-up to the original, whereas this one I think it's on par or maybe better than the original.
And that's where I'll say the opposite, where I think it's on par with the original, just like Guardians 1 and 2. I think they're on par.
That's how I kind of saw
Yeah,
it, especially these comedy-based movies,
Yeah.
right?
No, but you know, it's a hard balance though, right? Too, you gotta kind of repeat some of the same jokes, but you also gotta come up with a whole bunch of new jokes. You don't want to be doing the exact same thing. You want to keep people interested the whole way through. So it's a hard balance.
And thinking about Deadpool 2, I think one of the things that had in favor of it versus the first one, outside of just more villains or more characters,
the budget.
it had a budget. It had a better villain than the first one, and I'm the first one to admit I was so mad when Josh Brolin was cast as.
we know. Watch the
have
videos.
you seen
you'll see
any
him.
of our other videos? Yeah.
Complain.
How is he Thanos and Cable?
Everyone's going for Josh Brolin nowadays.
You know who else is in the MCU and the Fox universe? Peter Dinklage.
But I'm not even thinking about the
Thank
MC
you.
versus Fox. I know what you mean. He was in.
Why aren't you upset about that?
Yeah.
Because he wasn't a
Goonies
prominent character. He wasn't a prominent character. Thanos is the main villain.
I know.
And the main villain.
I get where you're coming from.
And he did a good job as Thanos. So
Yeah.
I appreciate it. He gave his stoicism and his humanity was great. His pan-faced to Deadpool's
I'll say
comedy was-
Thanos I liked more than his Cable.
I agree.
I was actually going to say, similarly, I think Thanos is better than Cable.
Yeah.
I didn't really like his Cable a whole lot.
His Cable
I want to
was...
see more of it.
It wasn't so memorable, I thought.
Yeah.
His Cable was
And
kind
I
of...
don't even think it
one
was Josh
note.
Brolin. I thought it was the actual playing of the character that I liked more. The character suited the story.
Yeah.
Right? Getting anybody else to play Cable, I think it still works for the story.
Yeah, no, a great character. Just it could have been done a little bit more, I guess, out there. It was pretty plain. I thought his character. It was just one note.
I was gonna say, if we're talking about characters outside of Deadpool, I didn't really care for Domino. I don't mind that she was in there.
I was just gonna
She
say,
didn't
I
blow
love
it away
Domino.
I liked her. Yeah,
Love Domino.
I thought she was great.
I felt very much like Valkyrie from Thor Ragnarok. I was like, I don't fucking care about you.
See, I actually
Get back
liked
to the characters I care about.
her sequence of like, oh yeah, how is this gonna be? How are you gonna be able to show this in a movie or whatever he says? And then she's like stuff's blowing up behind her, and she like comes down and she like takes out that fucking
To
truck.
me, it would be more interesting if she was more active. A lot of it, she was just walking through it, and stuff happened. I want to see like she did something that was really luck dependent, and it worked out. Whereas most of the stuff just happened around.
I think
her.
lucky though is more defined about the things that you don't control that happen.
Yeah, no, that's why I was like all for it. I thought it worked well. I thought it worked well.
I mean, I liked her character, right? And actually, can I say one of my favorite sequences?
No.
Peter knocked it out of the park for me.
Please, was the whole X-Force team and the sky drop.
Oh,
They build up development.
I love that so much.
And Acid Breath Dude gets stuck in a chopper.
Yeah.
Peter goes to save Acid Breath Dude.
Terry Crews, I didn't expect him to just hit
Crews,
on the bus. He dies hitting a bus. Like, what? And then fucking the invisible dude, what's the hell's name? Brad Pitt.
Like, what?
Vanisher, yeah. Like what? They killed all his characters.
Very creative and clever. You know, you introduce all
hilarious.
these characters and then comically get rid of them so you can focus on.
I loved it.
Once Terry Crews is gone, I'm like, oh, they're all gonna fuck up, aren't they?
And then,
So to me,
it was Domino.
Well, of course she was gonna be in there. I knew she was gonna be in it.
Yes.
Most of the fucking marketing had her in it.
Oh, you talking diversity?
No, the marketing.
Okay.
Yeah. I just loved that. It surprised me because I thought the X-Force was going to be a huge part of this movie, and they just killed them off in like 5 minutes.
What about the kid Fire Fist? And, you know, I'll put them together. Fire Fist and then having Juggernaut show up.
Okay, so...
those are two different things.
Two different things.
Yeah.
But I think they're minor enough.
So what do you think about them changing what Fire Fist looked like completely? Like, the idea of introducing an obese superhero.
Mm-hmm. Well, they kind of showed that he was going to be this regular size dude in the future.
Yeah.
He was like long hair.
When he like killed his family,
like an athlete,
he was more of a regular.
I never heard of Fire Fist.
I didn't even either.
No clue.
He's like a nobody, but he fits the role well. I like that kid. The kid is fucking good. Where'd you get that pen from? my prison pocket. What was it called?
Prison wallet.
Prison
wallet. Yeah.
And
that was good.
And then Deadpool's telling like, yeah, don't take his pen if he gives it to you.
That was there was actually a lot of good jokes involving that kid.
There was, yeah. He thought he was gonna kick the biggest guy's ass in the freaking prison. He kept getting knocked out.
Black Tom.
Yeah.
Black Tom Cassidy. You killed Black Tom, you racist.
It's hilarious.
That was good too.
It was good. It was really good.
And since you brought up a Juggernaut too, though, I was gonna say like.
Well, I was gonna say let's switch to Juggernaut.
Yeah. Like, I honestly thought Juggernaut. I loved how he was like so huge. And he's this bigger character than he was like in The Last Stand, X-Men: The Last Stand.
Still
he
too
was
skinny.
Well,
no,
maybe
he made him so big. But
really.
one thing I wish they kept was like his momentum.
That was pissed me off.
His actual powers. They didn't really use that, right? They used that in Last Stand, where they run through anything and you can't stop him.
I want to see a combination of that. Like he had the powers, but this persona.
Yeah, I just loved how big and powerful he was. Like,
did you know,
I was kind of mad it was Ryan Reynolds.
And it was
I was say that. They could have used
come
somebody.
on, get a celebrity in there.
He had his other cameos. Like Matt Damon was in the movie. Did you know that?
I didn't know. He told me.
Yeah, he was one of the hillbillies.
I look it up.
He was like the one that had he had a fat suit on. And he had a mask. Like, why even get Matt Damon to do that?
It did bug me though that Juggernaut wasn't an important. Sorry, it sounds weird, but it should have been somebody different than Ryan Reynolds.
They should have. I don't know why it was Ryan Reynolds. It makes no sense. But I did like the character and how they portrayed it.
I kind of
Juggernaut's a cool character.
He is.
I don't want to say he was totally wasted. I felt he was a little bit wasted because we didn't get to see a whole lot from him. And then he just went up against Colossus at the end there, and he was like, I don't know, quadruple teamed against.
Yeah.
But we didn't get to see his powers. It was, to me, that battle didn't have that oomph to warrant bringing in Juggernaut. Bring in someone else.
Yeah.
Did either of you predict or feel it was going to be Juggernaut? Because
that was one of my thoughts. I didn't hear rumors, but one of my thoughts. Like, it's a big dude. It's in the Fox universe, the X-Men universe. I was thinking maybe Juggernaut. Like, that was one of the ones I had in my head, but I didn't know.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. I mean, it was a guess.
Considering they went with like a lot of no names, like I don't think most people know the
Well, that was
Vanisher or
almost an
Fire Fist.
ironic thing for them, right? Pick as many obscure characters as you can.
I just thought because they were building it up to be this character that you should know, it was like someone that we should recognize, right? That's why I thought maybe Juggernaut. But
Yeah.
that was like one of like 5 things I thought in my head.
So, question then. Which Deadpool did you like more?
You know, I'll say one just because it came out first. But they're like we said earlier, they're very close, like with each other's movies. But,
I'm waiting for you.
Originally,
are you gonna like surprise us with your
I don't know. I'm
answers?
still thinking.
originally, I felt like if I said the 2's better, then I'm going against 1, and I like 1 a lot. But
Yeah.
if I said 8.5, and I might change that sometime after I get a little bit more in the right mindset.
Yeah.
So if I was gonna say 8.5 for the first one, Deadpool 2 gets 8.6. It's just a touch better. I'll say Deadpool 2.
Oh, you said
I like-
2 is a little bit better. Okay, I'm gonna go the opposite way and say a little bit less than the first one. I'll say 8.1 because I said 8.2 for the first one. So they're this close.
You can't go wrong with both of them. Also.
No, you're not gonna
You're
have
both
a bad
right.
time.
You're both right on that. Deadpool 2 was slightly better for me, and
Oh, 2
it was for a couple reasons. One, Deadpool 1 was going to be successful no matter what, in my opinion, based on the concept, what Ryan Reynolds was able to do, blah, blah, blah. It was harder to follow up and make it just as good as the first one, if not better.
I don't know. I mean,
it was harder.
I mean, it's true. But a lot of times the sequels are better.
Also,
The
I
budget's bigger.
liked the characters involved in Deadpool 2 more. And I actually found, even though it was kind of cheesy, the emotion of Deadpool 2 was
I did
better
appreciate
than the
that.
first one. And
Like,
I thought there was some really
when she
good,
died, I was like, yeah, I'm like
No.
on Deadpool's side. That was
Yeah.
my emotion.
You know, there was just some good, and the whole like Yakuza kill, there's some great gratuitous violence.
Yeah.
So, anyways, if I gave Deadpool 1 a 9.0, I give Deadpool 2 a 9.2. So, yeah.
Cool.
Any other closing thoughts?
No. I wonder if they're gonna do another Deadpool 3 or like X-Force. Like, what's
That
the
X-Force they're supposed to be doing, from what I heard.
Yeah, who knows that?
Probably a different team.
I don't know if it's been confirmed though. Like,
Oh, yeah, it's rumors. I'll say
Well,
it's rumors.
Deadpool 3 is going to be very interesting because it'll be Fox Marvel.
one cameo I really loved was when he was in Xavier's school,
Yeah.
and then they see like the old X-Men characters closing the door. It's like that was hilarious. It just for like a second you saw like the old school like X-Men characters.
There was one thing I liked. I should say one thing. There was another instance I liked. It reminded me a lot of My Name Is Earl. I'll see if you could pick on it because you watched that show before I did, probably more than I did. The Yuki and Wade thing. Because like, hey, Crabman. Hey, Earl. That's
Every time you saw
Hey,
Yuki,
Yuki.
yeah.
And I liked, I don't know, the first one, I didn't really care for her as much. That Negasonic Teenage Warhead, she looks a lot hotter in this second one.
She has
I find
hair.
it more attractive in the second one.
When you have hair
But
on a
she's a
girl,
lesbian.
it's just normally a little bit more attractive.
John likes the bush.
I'm lucky. Well, it's not a superpower. Well, I think it is.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's agree to be in the middle and say it's not.
Yeah, a lot of good lines like that.
Peter was hilarious, though. You know, just like the...
Also Peter, his mustache just flying down. I also love like the one of the end sequences where he like goes back in time. He's like fixing all Ryan's Reynolds. Shoots Deadpool, and then he shoots Ryan Reynolds in the head.
That was something that I was like, how could they do that? The Green Lantern thing, like, you think DC would have a problem with them referencing that? Or when he's like, one time, who the hell do you think you are? I'm Batman. Like, how could he say that?
Like, well, they hinted at like stuff in the first
It's
one.
a parody thing. It's
well,
like
make
how
this
this
your
Family
dream.
Guy do
Yes,
other things.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's not like they're actually showing the character; they can reference it. But yeah, that was
the
pretty
short
cool. I think.
sequence is the rule with that.
And did they turn anyone down in the screening process for X-Force?
No, they didn't. Everybody was in. Like,
Yeah.
Peter made it.
I know. The Vanisher, he might not even been in the room.
What do you call him? Like this little honey bear or something like that?
I was having Mystery Men flashbacks
Yeah,
when they were doing
yeah,
that. So,
yeah.
anyways, we all love Deadpool. 1 or 2, we'll probably flip back and forth, but they're both great movies. Hopefully, the third one's just as good.
You can't go
It will
wrong.
Come out.
Yeah.
The third one's going to have Benjamin Franklin in it as a ghost.
Nice.
Okay.
But where can you find more of our opinions? So, I'll start with you on the left.
PSN, Twitch, and Twitter. My name is CountryBoy_9.
I thought you said Peterson.
Yeah, that's what I liked it too.
Oh, PSN. Sorry.
You'll find me on Twitch as the LewisLightning.
This is how what's his name, Steven Seagal does it. He's like, ha ha. Anyways,
Man.
no, I'm kidding. I do this a lot. Anyways, you can find me on TSM Twitter and TSN Twitter.
TSN.
Yeah,
We're doing
watch our Canadian
Sports Center all of a sudden.
Watch our Canadian drinking game episode. You can see me on PSN, Twitch, Twitter as MussKeg.
There you go.
And of course the.
We can all do that one. You can jump in.
Wasted opinions on Twitch and subscribe below, please.
Watch our WrestleMania series.
Okay.
What?
We're doing
We have a WrestleMania series now.
Cool.
Nice.
Deadpool.